Private credit has traditionally been provided by banks and public markets. These financing sources have become less reliable over the last 2 decades. Banks have been disintermediated, public markets became more volatile. If you think about sponsors and borrowers, they need certainty when looking for a financing solution. The existing gap and the certainty is provided by alternative lenders. That's the reason why we believe the market continues to grow. And actually, if you think about the fact that PE sponsors have about 5 times the dry powder of the alternative lenders, that really drives the growth.
Yeah, I think in times of macroeconomic uncertainty, such as inflation, geopolitical risks, economic growth, this is even more important. So an asset class that can provide income returns at low volatility is something unique and should be added to basically any portfolio.
Why do investors like private credit? And I think one of the things we need to level set on is just that private credit is very different than private equity. There's no equity upside. And so as a result, you're clipping a coupon. And so getting deployed, diversified really matters in private credit.
Yeah, I think the diversification aspect is just super key for any investor because you want to be diversified across asset classes, direct lending, opportunistic, specialty credit, security structure, senior, junior, equity. You also want to be diversified across borrowers, industries, etc., etc. I can continue on like this, but diversification is key.
I really agree with you. And also, I think people always think private credit is just direct lending. And as you just said, it's more than direct lending, right? It's opportunistic lending, it's credit specialties. And so private credit is really much more. And so diversification in a portfolio across the credit spectrum is really important.
I mean, the fees are another aspect that is very key. If you're earning a low double-digit return, it makes a huge difference. If you're paying 1 or 2% in terms of fees or 3 to 4%, this has a massive impact on your net returns. So watch out for fees.
Yep, so you have to have the scale to basically drive those costs down.
One of the reasons clients choose StepStone is actually our global reach and our scale. Our reach allows us to be at the table for any opportunity in credit markets, first of all. And second, scale helps us to negotiate preferential terms to the benefit of our LPs.
I would add on top, StepStone has a very strong integrated platform across asset classes, geographies, teams. This is a fairly unique aspect of our firm.
And as you think about the benefits we get from having private equity, private credit, real estate, and infrastructure all under the same roof, it's not just that we benefit at the top of the funnel, but all the way down when you think about diligencing and synergies and lessons learned, et cetera. So from our perspective, I really do think that having all 4 asset classes under one roof is very beneficial and differentiating.
That makes StepStone a solution provider. We tailor solution to the needs of LPs and GPs through a bespoke process. And truly, that makes us the perfect matchmaker in credit markets.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marcel. When you think about what a GP needs, right? They need capital. So we can actually introduce them to LPs. We can provide additional capital for co-investments. We can help them out if they have a secondary opportunity. And also on the LP side, we provide them with data, access to great GPs, our reduced fees, the scale we can provide. And so at the end of the day, we are a good matchmaker.
StepStone is a dynamic firm, growing continuously, actually very thoughtfully growing. And if you think about it, really poised to address any challenges in the market. And to be remembered, there will always be new challenges to be faced and solutions to be provided.
Yeah, I mean, we are constantly thinking about what's the best product. Do we have the best team? Where do we need to add? It's a very entrepreneurial place to be. And I think it's just a fantastic center of where private credit should be.